We all have a place that we like to go whenever we're feeling happy, content, sad, lonely, angry, disappointed. We always have that one place. For some, it's like the couch. For others, it's, a car ride to their favorite vacation spot. But for me, it's Utica, New York. And for a lot of reasons, mostly because it's where I grew up and that's where all my family is. But just a little bit more about Utica is the history. Um, it got its name in a 1798 meeting. It was a name that was picked randomly from 13 other suggestions. All the names were dropped in a hat and it was just randomly picked. Utica was included. Somebody liked the name Utica because it was a city in Tunisia, and after that, several other New York cities adopted the classic Mediterranean name theme, such as Troy, which is towards Albany, Rome, and Syracuse. A little bit more about Utica. It was established on a site of old Fort Schuyler. It was built by the English colonists for the defense in the 1758 war during the French and Indian War. Prior to the construction of the fort, the Mohawk, Oneida, and Onondaga tribes occupied that area. In 1794, a city road was built, a state road, was built, Genesee Road. It extended to Seneca Turnpike years later. At present, those two are the biggest, busiest streets that we have in our city. In the year 1845, it ranked as the 29th largest in the country. It actually even beat Detroit and Chicago during that time. This is our Genesee Street. Back then, not now. A little bit more about Utica. It's a city in the Mohawk Valley. Its population is about 60,000 according to the 2018 census. It's located on the Mohawk River at the foot of the Adirondack Mountains. It's literally like basically almost by mile between Albany and Syracuse. It attracted a lot of the European Americans, settlers from New England during and after the American Revolution. Due to political corruption and organized crime, it was actually nicknamed the Sin City. It's a Rust Belt city, basically meaning that there's a lot of industry type of businesses that opened up, and as of lately it became a melting pot for refugees or war-torn countries. I myself am a refugee and we were placed in Utica as well. So a little bit about the culture. We're going to start with the food and drinks. Chicken riggies, Utica greens, tomato pie, half moons. Most people probably have never heard of it unless they either know somebody from that area or probably saw it on the news. Actually, the Half Moons made an appearance on the episode of a Seinfeld episode, and the tomato pie, Utica greens, yeah, that's something that whenever we have guests that come over, we always try to get them to taste that because you'll never get it anywhere else. And for beer, Utica Club and Saranac, we actually have a brewery. And Saranac Thursdays were a big thing. They still are. Every Thursday, just about everybody under the sun comes out to the street where the brewery is, and drinks are really cheap. There's music and so on. For culture, we just have a lot of historic, like a lot of charm and historic buildings. As a matter of fact, what you see right now on the bottom, more of a black and white picture, it's the Utica Psychiatric Center and Utica Crib, which is something that that psych center in Utica made up. It was an adult-sized restraint bed used in New York at the insane asylum. So that's how it got its name. And then for entertainment, we just have As mentioned, the Varick Street Saranac Thursdays. We have the Stanley Theater. We have the Utica train station. We have a Boilermaker every year. I believe it's the first week of July. Just a lot of scenic, beautiful things to do. So what does Utica mean to me? It's my start, and by that I mean when I was a refugee, my family and I, we were placed in Utica. It's where basically everything happened, you know. That was our first home, that was our first community, that was our, just like, that's when I graduated, that's when I started school, when where I met my husband, where I got married. Even though I live in Buffalo, I still chose to get married in my Utica hometown. It's my home and it's my peace. So whenever I'm feeling a little sad or blue, and I just miss home, and you know, I'm happy that there's a place that means so much to me. So that is my favorite place.